Hi, everyone, and a very warm welcome to you. Today, we're diving into a really powerful passage from the Quran that honestly has some incredible insights into the human condition. We're going to touch on everything from gratitude and denial all the way to what it means to find true, lasting success. So let's get right into it. So here's our roadmap for this journey. We're going to start with a call to remember why looking back is so important. Then we'll get into what I call the gratitude principle. From there, we'll explore the flip side, the anatomy of ingratitude. After that, we'll talk about the real weight of our actions. And we'll wrap it all up by looking at how patience and trust are the keys to what the Quran calls the ultimate success. All right, let's jump in. The first thing you need to know is that this passage isn't some abstract philosophical idea floating in space. No, it's deeply rooted in a very real, very specific historical moment. It all kicks off with a powerful instruction from the Prophet Moses to his people. See? This isn't just a generic, hey, be grateful. The verse immediately pulls us back to a raw traumatic event, the escape from slavery in Egypt. It's a powerful way to ground the message, reminding them of a time they were saved from something truly awful, making God's favor feel incredibly tangible and personal. And the text does not hold back. When it says the worst torment, it means it. We're talking about a brutal policy of infanticide, of systematically murdering newborn boys to wipe out an entire generation's future. So when the Quran talks about deliverance, this isn't some small thing. It's a story of surviving the absolute unthinkable. So why remember all this pain? Well, this is where we get to the core concept of dhikr. It's not about dwelling on past trauma for no reason. It's actually an active spiritual practice. You use the memory of past blessings, of past rescues, to build your faith right here in the present. Think of it like a spiritual exercise, strengthening your soul for whatever comes next. Okay, so you've remembered the good things, the times you've been saved. What's the next step? Well, the Quran is very clear. The natural response is gratitude. And it turns out showing gratitude isn't just a polite thing to do. It's a universal law with some pretty huge consequences. In the Quran, this is called shukr, and it's so much more than just saying the words thank you. It's presented as a whole mindset, an ethical duty even. It's the very condition for blessings to continue. When you live in a state of gratitude, your heart stays open. But the opposite, ingratitude, literally hardens the heart and closes you off. And this slide just lays it out so starkly, doesn't it? The Quran presents two very clear paths, like a fork in the road. If you are grateful, the promise is, I will surely increase you, not just in stuff, but in peace, in contentment. But if you deny, if you're ungrateful, then the warning is just as clear. My punishment is severe. It's a simple cause and effect that shapes our entire reality. Now, here's a really crucial point. Who is all this for? Is it for God? The text is emphatic, not at all. God is free of need. He doesn't need our thanks. This whole system, this principle, it's for us. We are the ones who benefit from living in gratitude. When we choose denial, we're the only ones who truly lose out. So if the choice is that clear, why on earth do people choose ingratitude? It's a fantastic question, and the Quran actually gives us this incredibly deep psychological breakdown of why people turn away from what seems so obvious. Let's take a look. I mean, this is really the central puzzle, isn't it? After everything they might have seen, all the signs, all the blessings, how could a person possibly fall into denial? It seems baffling, but we see it all the time. So what's actually going on inside the human mind? Let's dig in. The Quran basically lays out these classic patterns of denial. And what's wild is how modern they sound. Labeling something you don't understand as magic, just to dismiss it. Or constantly moving the goalposts, demanding just one more sign as a way to avoid commitment. Or, my favorite, cherry picking, saying you believe in this part, but not that part. It's a fascinating look at our own self-deception. And then the Quran drops this bombshell of a question. To the people who claim, oh, we only believe in the prophets that were sent to us, the text fires back, okay, then why did you kill them? It's just a brilliant, devastating way to expose the hypocrisy and show that their selective belief isn't really belief at all. So after this masterclass in psychology and exposing denial, the Quran brings it all home to the main point. It all boils down to personal responsibility for your own actions. And this is huge, so let's really focus on why this is so central to the whole message. This is such a powerful and honestly empowering idea. The text says that, in the end, every single soul bears the weight of its own deeds. You can't blame your upbringing, you can't blame society. Your actions, good or bad, stick to you. And yeah, that sounds heavy, but it also means you are in the driver's seat. You are the author of your own spiritual destiny. And flowing right from that idea of accountability, the text makes a very clear distinction. On one side, you have believers, those who try to follow guidance. On the other, you have wrongdoers, those who go astray. And the verse states it plainly, they are not equal. Now, this isn't about being judgmental. It's about recognizing that choices have consequences and they shape who we become. It's a worldview where every action really, truly matters. So, after all this really serious talk about accountability and the consequences of our choices, you might be feeling the weight of it all. But don't worry, the Quran doesn't just leave us there. It pivots, and it ends with this profound message of hope, laying out exactly what we need to achieve true success. According to the passage, there are two key pillars for this success. The first is sabr. Now, we often translate that as patience, but it's more than just passively waiting. It's an active endurance, a steadfastness through hardship. The second is tawakkul, a deep, profound, active trust in God's plan. It's about letting go of that need for control and having faith that there's a bigger picture. What a powerful combo for navigating life, right? And the reward for all that patience, for all that trust, it's this beautiful, peaceful vision of paradise. But the most important part is that last phrase. That is the great success. The passage completely reframes our definition of success. It's not about wealth or status or power. Real, true, great success is about inner peace and a life of purpose. And so that brings our journey to a close. We've gone from a story of oppression to a vision of ultimate peace. We've unpacked these timeless lessons on gratitude, denial, and accountability. And the passage leaves us with this one last question to really sit with, a question that ultimately only you can answer for yourself. What does the great success really mean to you?